Hey, how's it going there, everyone? Welcome back to the Goblins live show. Hope you're all doing well. And we've got, an interesting show lined up for you today, where we're gonna discuss. I don't know. How do I describe it? It's a bit of a weird one.
It is, yeah.
Basically, how much, whether or not motorcycles are becoming harder and harder to justify for the average person. And yeah, what we can do to hopefully, I don't know, change people's views or help it along, something like that.
We'll see.
We'll see how we get on with this one. We'll see where it takes us. But anyway, Wifey, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's roll that intro. Yeah, hey everyone in the chat, how you doing? Fidelity, good to see you. Bike Hub, good to see you. Dope Style, good to see you. Yeah, hope you're all doing well. I hope you are recovering nicely, Dope, with your recent crash. So yeah, we got our fingers crossed for you there, mate. Yeah, let us know how you're getting on. But Wifey, how are you doing this week?
I'm cold.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, actually, I'm going to turn off this heater.
Back at that time of year where I'm going to be wearing coats every live show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
definitely.
alright. I'm okay.
Yeah, is there anything interesting that's been happening this week at all?
No.
No, I don't
Don't
think
silly.
so.
No, nothing.
Well, I mean, have you you've seen the new endings to our videos now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you finding them?
I like them.
Do you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I do. I do. I think they need to change ever so slightly. I think I need to adjust them a bit, but yeah, for the most part, yeah, I think they're quite good. There's a little bit of sorry,
It's a good change.
had a bit of a puberty moment right there.
I was trying so hard not to go with it.
Puberty.
But then you started
My voice
smiling.
just does that. You guys probably hear it in the videos as well, but sometimes my voice just randomly goes, and I can't do anything about it. I don't know why. I've always
I
had
was
it.
doing so well until you actually pointed it out and acknowledged it yourself.
Well, everyone else heard it, so
I know, but I was
who cares,
just
right?
Oh.
But yeah, I quite like the new outros with some music and
Yeah.
the video popping up, and yeah, with a little subscribe little thingy on there
Yeah,
as
I
well.
like
So
it.
it's quite cool.
Very clever.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it helps with kind of like driving more viewers to our other videos. We'll see.
Yeah.
But let us know, guys, because this is something that I've been wondering, because we always like to use the little cards that pop up in the top right-hand corner of the video during a particular part of the video. If I mention a video or something like that that's related or what have you, then I'll stick it up in the top corner. But I don't know if you've noticed, but on some devices it doesn't pop up. It doesn't work, the cards thing.
I didn't
But
know that.
even if it does, is it something you actually use? Not just for us, but on any YouTube video that you watch, do you actually look at the cards and do you actually click on the cards and actually watch the videos that are being shown the cards? It's kind of stupid because once that little icon goes away, you kind of like have to interrupt what you're watching to have a look at what's being recommended. And sometimes you get like recommendations for like merch stores and things like that, and not actually, well, I don't know, but it's like the video that you're interested in that the content creator is advertising the card. It's harder to spot. So I don't know. It's something that I've used every once in a while, but I find it a bit more frustrating than anything else to use those cards, because I'm thinking about ditching them.
Really? Do a poll?
And just have like the end screen video pop up because you know that you're at the end of the video already. So it's just a case of clicking on that one if you want to watch another video that's related or something. I don't know. I might keep them going because it's not hard to do. It's just one of those things whether or not it's worth doing.
Do a poll.
But well, there's not enough people for a
No,
poll.
YouTube poll.
Maybe that's a good idea. But yeah. So I mean that was introduced recently. Over the last week, the videos have had the new end scenes, so the new outro sequence. But yeah, I mean, me and the wife have been discussing some slight changes that we want to make to our weekly schedules. And I think, I mean, if you're ready for to do this from next week, I'd like to start this from next week, the new schedule, if we can.
I assumed we were.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, I mean, the new schedule from now on is going to be, the Mondays, Fridays going to be the same. And we are going to ditch the live show clips because as much as, you know, I thought it was worth it when, if people didn't get a chance to watch us live, that they had the opportunity to watch just points of interest in particular shows, which they could catch later on or what have you. But I actually, they don't perform that well, so we're going to ditch them, and instead we're actually going to put the reaction videos on Tuesdays from now on, and also for Wednesday, I'm gonna add in an extra motovlog video for Wednesdays. We'll see how it goes because it is an extra workload, especially over winter where there's a limited amount of time to actually go out and shoot the videos. So we'll see how it goes. We might have to improvise a little bit when the weather's really bad and it's snowing or icy and I physically can't go out and shoot on a weekend or something like that. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's what we're going to try and do from next week because, I mean, the videos on Mondays and Fridays, they are by far the most views that we get in a week. And so we kind of want to add an extra one of those videos during the midweek. So we're gonna see how that goes. Live shows aren't going to change. Monday and Fridays videos aren't going to change either. It's just going to be live show clips gone, reaction videos on Tuesdays, and we're going to have another motovlog video on Wednesdays from next week. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. See if it works. But yeah, just want to kind of give. I want to kind of give the viewers more of what they actually want to watch, and Mondays and Fridays videos are obviously the most successful ones, so those are the ones that people want to watch more of. So I just thought, well, might as well get those going more. But yeah, we'll see. We'll give it a go. We'll see how it all turns out. But yeah, so I mean, that's as far as announcements go. That's kind of where we're at. I don't think there's anything else at the moment. Have we decided whether or not we're going to go to that bike live yet in Birmingham? We kind of like half discuss it and half not. Like we don't know if it's worth going. So there's at the NEC, isn't it?
It's called Motorcycle Live.
Motorcycle Live, that's it.
And there's a bunch of
it's like an expo, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can do like test rides and stuff like that, and you can, depending which day you go, Visor Down's there, the BSBs are there.
Yeah, it's annoying that because, well, I suppose I was going to say it would be nice to kind of be able to encounter all of it, but obviously it's happening over multiple days,
over
and
it's
gonna be different things over those days.
Oh, the sorry, I really forgot to tell you this because I was reading it like 3:00 this morning. The schedule's out for what's happening.
Oh, okay, all right.
Somewhere on my phone, it's in my history.
What day did you say it was?
It starts on Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yes. Tickets are still available. I did check yesterday.
I don't know. We might go because I mean I really wanted to kind of give you guys some different content, but I mean, yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
We'll have a discussion after this because we're running low on time.
I just keep forgetting about it though. It's something that we've been discussing since September, August.
Before
something like that.
Because my parents go every year, so we knew it was coming up, and I think we talked about it in January for going. Yeah. And it's just.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll make an appearance there and shoot some content there, do some test rides. But I mean, they won't let me film the test rides, so I'll have to basically just do the test ride and report my findings when I get back from the test ride, which is not the way I would like to do things. But I mean,
with the test rides as well, it's very much first come, first serve. So you will have to get there, and like that'll be the first place we head to sign you up. Yeah, I mean,
I've been thinking about this recently as well. There might be a good opportunity for some networking and things as well.
Well, absolutely.
But I don't know. Again, it's happening at a stupid time of year as well. Most people are going to be driving there. They're not going to be taking their bikes there because bad weather, cold weather. And didn't you mention about the parking as well?
It's £10 per vehicle.
So so you can't fit even though you can fit 4 motorcycles in a single parking bay, they will charge you £10 per motorcycle.
Yeah.
Which is just ridiculous. Again, it's just like the main thing that people would like to take there would be their bikes. And if they could pay £10 for a parking bay, then it would make sense. But it's not.
No,
it's stupid.
There's one we want to go to in Peterborough. That's the MCN one. That's the one you were thinking of the other day.
Yeah.
And that's August time. So that'll be a really good one to go to. The dog's sitting on my arm.
Next year, we'll look at going at some expos and we'll see. We'll see what we can do there. But yeah, I don't know. It's something that we've been thinking about a lot recently.
So we might be there, we might not.
Yeah,
at
we'll
this
see.
point in time, we're not sure.
So was there something else I wanted to mention? I can't remember. I don't know. What?
What's that noise?
It's my thinking clip. Yeah. No, I think that was everything. Unless there's anything else, wifey, that you want to mention.
Nope.
No. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's have a look here. See what's happening with Dope. Dope Style Gaming. We chilling right now. Going to get transferred to another hospital tomorrow for surgery on the shoulder blade. Should happen sometime this week or next. Might need corrective surgery on my orbital socket.
Oh my gosh.
But needs further assessment. Damn. Yeah. That's crap. Well, I mean, it's a good thing that you're having the ops, of course, but just rubbish that it happened to begin with, you know.
And the extent of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so
rough.
hopefully then, once you've gone through these procedures, you'll be on the mend for good. So yeah, fingers crossed they all go all right for you. Yeah, we're all kind of in your corner.
Mark's asked if you're limiting the heating because I look cold.
Funnily enough, yes, we are.
We are. I'm always cold anyway. I have bad circulation. I'm constantly cold, aren't I? Even when we're in Orlando, I was cold and it was like 35 degrees and I was still cold.
No, only in the nights.
Yeah, and also after we got off like water rides and stuff. Yeah. I get cold very easily, but yeah, we're not putting the heating on if we can help it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to save a few pennies, really. I mean, we've been using we have a not a fireplace, a wood burner, which we've been using to, just warm up our living room basically. Because at the moment we've been watching Game of Thrones again, so we're just there sitting in our living room with the fire on. It's quite nice, really, isn't it, this time of year to have a fire on. So. And
I just keep commenting about how warm Jon Snow looks. He's got a big fur thing on.
Yeah.
And what was it you said yesterday? Is that a new way of saying you think he's attractive?
Yeah. yeah. You said Jon Snow looks so warm, and I said, is that another way of calling him hot?
He's not lukewarm. He's not hot. He's warm. He's all right.
He's a very good-looking chap, Kit Harington. I think a very good-looking chap.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's
I digress.
Not what we're here to talk about, is it?
But yeah, no. I mean, we just kind of because it's just the two of us and the little dog in this house. We just don't feel the need to have the heating on for the whole house. Might as well just keep the rooms that we're in as and when, and that's it, really.
The blankets are out, the hot water bottles are out.
Yeah, all the usual stuff.
Sleeping with socks on.
It's quite nice when we're doing dinner because the kitchen warms up basically the whole house, doesn't it, when we're doing dinner? So. But
you do feel it when we then go in from the kitchen into the living room. You can feel that change.
Yeah, definitely. You? Yeah.
So, yes, is the short answer. Yeah. Heating does not exist in our house unless it is from the fire.
Yeah, not. Oh, Anthony, good to see you, mate. Yeah, he's going on the Sunday 27th on the Motorcycle Live. Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm flying that day, so I can't go that day.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, the wifey's on a work trip.
I'm going abroad.
Yeah, well, abroad no. She's not going abroad. She's not going abroad.
I'm going on a plane, but that's it.
Yeah. So it's just with work, but it's only a couple of days.
Yeah.
But everything happens at the same time, doesn't it?
I've actually worked it around to be back for the live show.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's it. I'm going to be going Sunday.
Leaving the Sunday evening, coming back on the Wednesday, aren't you?
Tuesday evening.
I thought it was Wednesday evening.
No, I'm coming back Tuesday. I've worked it.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
It's going to be a very short, very busy time to be back for the live show on the Thursday. That's what I've worked. That's what I've done.
It's going to be interesting that week. So
if I'm a little bit zombie-eyed, that will be why. That's my dedication to our goblins.
Yeah,
I will be here for the live show.
Of course.
I won't be jet lagged, but I'll be tired.
Yeah. Oh, Mark, don't start. I feel your pain. I went through a major shoulder op in July, still not 100%. My dad has issues with his shoulders, and I can't remember if he's had an operation on one or not. But his shoulders are always in pain as well. Yeah, it's unlucky because some of my friends as well, they are younger than me, same age as me. They have issues with their shoulders, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. Well, apart from physio, but even then, it's still never 100%. I've been quite lucky. My shoulders have been all right for my life, but so far that could change on a whim. So we'll see. But yeah, shoulder trouble is a nightmare, absolute nightmare. It just makes everything harder, doesn't it? Even just like playing sports or just driving your car, anything it can be just a hell of a lot harder.
Getting to sleep can sometimes be annoying.
Yeah. Cause you can't sleep on the side that's painful, can you? Dear oh dear. Greg, good to see you, mate. How you doing? It's good to see you there in the chat. Toka Racer, good to see you, mate.
7 a.m. That's dedication. Thank you for joining.
Fair play. Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you for joining us. All right. So what else we got here? Yes, that seems to be it, doesn't it?
For now, yeah.
For now, okay, right. So let's crack on with the main topic of today's show, shall we? All right. So it's really interesting this because there was a video that I think I spoke about a little while ago. It was on a live show about a video that never got released, and it's really interesting how because I thought to myself, no, I must be the only person thinking this, and actually it turns out that I'm not. And so we might end up actually releasing that video. I don't know. We'll see. But basically, there was an article on Visor Down that came up about how motorcyclists are being priced off the roads. And, from new legislation, from just the attitude that people have, that politicians have, that lawmakers have surrounding our community and our hobby. And it's just a very, very interesting article about kind of like they seem to have the complete wrong end of the stick. Do you think?
Yes.
Do you think that's the message of this article here? We'll show you guys just quickly. See if I can get you on the second screen. Here we go.
Ah, first time.
Yeah. Yeah, for the first time. Yeah. No, I actually got it set up beforehand, but yeah. So the Federation of European Motorcyclists think that we're basically being almost pressured to not ride a motorcycle almost.
They're trying to make it seemingly impossible.
Yeah.
The first bit the article talks about is that free motorcycle parking is gone.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realise.
No, I had no idea either. But anyway, it's saying here that free motorcycle parking is disappearing. Also, things like restricted movement as well, blocking roads for motorcycles, blocking, routes closed to motorcycles, and also these new noise cameras. Now, we actually have a live show planned to talk about the noise cameras specifically, so we're not going to get into too much detail today. But basically, they're doing a trial run of these noise cameras. Guess what? In Gloucestershire, which is where we're based. So, and
other places as well, but
yeah,
a lot of it's around where we are.
It's around Gloucestershire and Birmingham way, isn't it?
And there's more places.
And more places.
Reading, I think, is one.
Reading, okay. And the thing is, I'm a little bit worried because even though the ZZR passes its MOT and stuff like that fine, even though they complain that it's too noisy, even though it's a stock motorcycle, I don't know if they're going to allow bikes like mine, which aren't overly loud, I don't think. They're not crazy loud. It's not loud like some of the bikes and the cars that I hear going past our house every day. But I don't know if it will actually be allowed. Will I get a ticket because I'm riding my bike somewhere in an area that is supposed to be,
a quiet zone.
A quiet zone, or somewhere that has got these noise cameras? I think it's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely it's like they say, a trend. It's a downward trend, all kind of conglomerating around us, where we're kind of like, I don't know, like we're being targeted almost. I don't know. And this isn't happening in the United States. This is just in Europe. Just in Europe. And even though Britain isn't part of the European Union anymore, all of these things that Europe do, they'll introduce into Britain without a doubt. So, I mean, kind of annoying. And apparently the FEMA, which is the Federation of European Motorcycle Association, wants to try and change this.
No, it's the Federation of Egypt's Morons and A-holes.
Is it?
No, I'm joking.
Why? They're on our side.
No, but if they weren't, that's what they'd be called.
I was going to say, yeah, this group are on our side. And so, oh man, again, it really just kind of highlights how vulnerable this hobby is and how much it could be impacted by very, very small but impactful laws or things that the vast majority of the population won't care about, but really impacts us. It impacts us, what's the word? Disproportionately to anyone else. And it kind of just begs the question, who are making these decisions and whether or not they are representing us?
No, they're not.
And they're certainly not representing our kind of our views, but also just representing the hobby as in general. We
have no voice when it comes to things like this. There's no one in our corner who is able to make or break the legislations.
Yeah.
So we have no voice whatsoever when it comes to these things.
But it's just making it harder and harder for people to justify to themselves, oh yeah, I should get a motorcycle because it's going to be cheap, it's going to be really fuel efficient, I mean, depending on the bike.
Convenient.
It's going to be easy to park, it's going to be convenient, especially going around town centres. And now all of a sudden they're going to start saying, sorry, no, you can't take a motorcycle here. Sorry, there's no motorcycle parking here. Sorry, it's a quiet zone, you're not allowed to take that here. It's like, come on, like half the benefits to riding a motorcycle are just going to be gone instantly overnight.
Can you imagine though, if these noise cameras are in a town where someone has a bike, like a ZZR, every time they start it up and try to go out,
they'll get a ticket.
They're going to get a fine.
Yeah. I mean, well, we won't talk about that specifically because remember we want to talk about that.
No,
in
I know,
another show.
but it's just a thought.
But
came into
it's
my
just
head.
one of the issues here that we are encountering now as motorcyclists. And it affects everyone as well. It's not just people that ride big bikes as well. You know, people that are on 125s and A2 bikes. They like to have a nice sound coming from their exhaust. So they're probably going to mod them to make them sound a bit louder. Well, is that going to be allowed now? And there doesn't seem to be. I mean, I haven't researched it or anything. Okay, there's just the article that's come out today that we're discussing. But, you know, what is the threshold here? Have you seen what it is?
I can try and have a look.
Shall I have a...
You keep talking. What am I
you keep
looking
talking. Just like the level at which you'll get a ticket from a noise camera. Or say noise camera fine UK or something like that. Yeah, just... I don't know. It's just every single couple of months, it just seems to be something else that is, you know, just... makes things annoying for people, makes things annoying for existing riders and also future riders, people who are thinking about getting on a motorcycle to begin with. But oh man. Okay,
so for goodness sake, I don't want all these adverts. So it says this part of it's called titled, how will the information the cameras collect be used by the police?
Well, it's going to be measured in decibels, without a doubt.
They will target drivers who are either failing to maintain exhaust and silencers on their vehicle or those who have intentionally altered them. If you're found to be non-compliant, you can land yourself a £50 fine, which is €57 when this came out. Any intel gathered by the cameras will be analysed by the police to clamp down on vehicles that produce excessive noise.
But then we're going to run into the same problem again, where motorcycles that have got the so-called modded exhaust from stock, from the factory, like the Akrapovic exhaust you see on a lot of Kawasaki's, that means that if someone sees that, they'll think all of a sudden, oh, you modified it. Because the MOT garages thought that about my bike. So it's very easy to assume that someone else is going to think the same thing.
It's already in place in Paris.
Yeah, it's in certain places. I've heard about this. Yeah, in Europe, it's already a thing. Yeah.
It's worth noting that the cameras are intelligent enough to recognise an engine sound by monitoring the noise pattern.
Yeah. Anyway, we're kind of talking too much about that. But yeah, I mean, the thing is that motorcycles, they ease congestion. We all know that they ease congestion. They're easy to maintain. They're cheap to maintain. They're cheap to run. They produce less emissions, especially the lower displacement bikes in particular. And it's like, but they don't understand that. They don't feel that way. The people who are creating these laws, the people who are, thinking, oh, let's tax these people, let's punish these people a little bit more because of a hobby they enjoy, just don't seem to get it. It's just, oh man, it's just infuriating, man. And also as well, I mean, they're saying on this article as well that new motorcycle prices are going up.
Yeah.
Even though they are a good value for money, still to this day, the prices of new ones are going up. And once prices go up, they ain't coming back down. Ever. So again, even though we've got this higher inflation coming on right now, well, I mean, this inflation's been going up now for what, in Europe? What for the past few months now? Since the summer. And then this is impacting, obviously, people's hobbies, impacting the amount of money that people can afford to spend on these hobbies.
So it says here, while used bike prices did rise during the lockdown, they still offer immense value compared to a comparable aged car and are likely to depreciate much less in return. Add on lower fuel costs, smaller insurance premiums, less road tax, and the obvious positive environmental benefits of taking to two wheels. It really does make you wonder what these so-called lawmakers are going on about.
And
where are they getting their data?
That's the that's the quote right there. It really does make you wonder what these so-called lawmakers are going on about. And it's so true. It's so true. These people who are making these laws that are, they think of these wonderful ideas. They've got no idea the impact. No idea whatsoever. I mean, I wonder how many politicians in Europe ride motorcycles. I wonder what the ratio is. I bet you it's very small. I'd be surprised if it's more than 5%. More than 5% of politicians in the UK ride a motorcycle. Because it's not the thing that they do, is it? They, politicians have this what's the word? This persona, this act that they have to put on for people. If someone says that they're a motorcyclist, well, it's not going to get as many votes, is it? As sad as that sounds, that's probably the truth.
Oh, this is bizarre. He's a scary-looking fella, isn't he?
Oh, God.
God.
And he's a biker, is he?
He's... well, so...
Oh, it's funny.
Parliamentary Motorcycle Group Chair Bill Wiggin calls for a government strategy for motorcycling.
Okay, so he is basically supposed to be the representative, right? Okay.
Yeah, this house considers government support for motorcycling. He's pointed out there's 1.4 million people who use motorcycles, scooters and mopeds in the UK. There's also been a 131% increase in the number of motorcycles registered since 2000, meaning that motorcycles are clearly playing an active part in UK transport.
Well, this is the crazy thing as well, is that during COVID, I mean, we discussed this before when we talk about the economics of buying a motorcycle and things. A lot of people during the pandemic had this disposable income that they would have spent going on holiday or something like that. But because they couldn't go on holiday anymore, people started spending them on cars and on motorcycles. They started spending them on the hobbies that they enjoy doing, that they enjoy participating in. And now all of a sudden we've got a complete reversal where now people who might be on, I don't know, they might be on finance or something like that, might be thinking to themselves, well, what's the point in the next couple of years if all this keeps happening?
Sorry, as it says here, the NMC is deeply concerned about the government's anti-tampering proposals and seeks fast clarification about the planned scope of these. Modifications are often done to enhance safety and rideability. The ability for riders to be able to continue to modify their machines must be protected.
Isn't that a thing in the United States where certain states it's illegal to modify your vehicles, illegal to modify your cars or something?
Colin might be able to tell us.
I don't know.
Any idea?
I think I've heard that. But again, it's just something else. Again, people love modifying their bikes. I've done it, and I'm not much of a modder myself, but I still modify my bike. And it's just like, so it's something else then as well. So what? So are there like proposals then to restrict people's ability to modify motorcycles? Then there seems to be, well, at least from that what you just read, there seems to be that sentiment.
It's a very long and boring article.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out in more detail because no doubt that's probably going to be another topic for another live show. But we'll see.
They're talking about anti-tampering as well, which kind of feeds into all of this. So.
And anti-tampering, that's modding.
Yeah.
It's just a way to. It's just a bad phrase for modding. It makes modding sound bad. It's not tampering with your motorcycle. It's modifying it. It's making it better. It's making it, I don't know, making it more enjoyable.
I think we like this guy because he said there's a number of areas where the government should be recognising and supporting motorcycling as part of overall transport policy.
Yeah.
These include infrastructure, safety, road investment and rural transport. He also outlined how motorcycling should sit alongside walking, cycling and public transport as an alternative to the car.
There you go.
Motorcycling offers a desirable low congestion or polluting alternative that's already well developed and regulating. Now is the time for motorcycling to experience proper policy support. This will only be possible with a clear government strategy for motorcycling. This only came out a month ago.
But instead, we're getting the exact opposite.
So there's actually a website called National Motorcyclists Council, and that's where all this information is coming from.
Okay. That might be something to keep an eye on in future then.
For sure.
Still, like, the things that these people are saying, obviously are saying them in support of us, but how much influence do they have? How much support do they have? The motorcycling community is absolutely tiny. There's
a group within Parliament who are trying to get things done.
But that group, though, is small and probably inconsequential. How many votes are they going to be able to get in Parliament? Probably not a lot. If there's something that's going to impact the motorcycle community and, I don't know, to raise taxes or something, for example, it's going to affect us, but Parliament's going to be like, yay, more taxes, So it makes no sense, really, that, well, I don't know. It would surprise me if they get that much support in Parliament.
It's an interesting website, though, because it's literally all about what they're trying to... What they're saying to government and things like that to try and get more support.
Yeah.
And policies to not necessarily be overturned, but to be rectified. Interesting.
Yeah, and again as well, it kind of goes back to again how we've spoken about how the GSX-R 1000 is gone now because of new regulations that have come out in the last couple of years. Motorcycles are falling like flies left, right, and centre in Europe, and because they are still massively popular in the United States and in other markets, they're not going to make a motorcycle specific for Europe, are they?
No.
They're going to try and keep the manufacturing costs low, which means it has to be standardized, and they're just not going to bother unless it's something that they can market in Europe and the United States. They're not going to change anything. So all of our 600s gone, some of our 1000s gone, big cruisers gone, big super heavyweights gone. Can't buy them anymore in Europe. It would be interesting actually to see how many motorcycles have been affected and are no longer being sold in Europe now because of the new emissions. What is it, Euro 5 is it, or Euro 6? I can't remember. It's different between cars and motorcycles, but grr. Big grr. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, if we make people aware of this stuff, then hopefully it will help, and it will go a long way to, kind of gathering support for us as riders.
It's almost like we need more people talking about it. It needs to
We
become
absolutely
a topic.
do.
It needs to be trending.
Absolutely, yeah. We need to be talking about this more and how it can affect us, because that's the thing. When motorcyclists, tell me if I'm wrong here, guys, but we're very passionate about the hobby, and it's almost, a lot of us are like bikers till the day we die. Literally, or I don't know, because we lose a hand or we lose a leg or something, and we can't physically ride anymore. But it has to be something very, very extreme to stop us from riding our motorcycles. And so we're not just gonna be angry at these things. We're gonna be absolutely furious. With all of these things that are happening that are restricting the motorcycle community, restricting the motorcycles we can buy. It's not going to be good.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
It's quite an out there question.
Oh, okay.
With everything that's going on in Europe around all this stuff, around bikes and stuff, if Europe ended up being the only place to impose such strict sanctions, would you consider emigrating?
I actually would.
Yeah.
I actually would. I would move. Yeah. Move to the United States more than likely, because.
Watch this space.
What?
So watch this space.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I would, to be honest with you. Especially if it gets to the point where, in this hypothetical situation where riding a motorcycle is so heavily restricted that there's literally no point having one. I think it would be worth it. Moving to a country that would allow you to ride more freely and what have you. Definitely. I would, anyway.
I don't know if we'll ever be able to run away from it fully, but...
No, but I mean, with all of these things, the United States is taking more of a kind of like not a back seat, but more of a cautious approach to all of this, because I mean, the thing is, the United States has got a lot to lose on their car industry. The car industry is huge, and so they don't want all of these emission laws and things like that affecting their car industry too much. And of course, things that affect the car industry will also affect the motorcycle industry. So it kind of makes sense that if the car industry is thriving, that the motorcycle industry will thrive just as much. And I mean, well, I think again, as a good example, we've spoken about this before, about how the Ford Mustang in Europe, it's a 5-litre V8, produces 200 horsepower. That same car in the United States produces 600 horsepower, or five. I can't remember. Is it between 500 and 700 horsepower in the United States? It's the exact same car.
Bananas, isn't it?
Absolute bananas. Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's like no point in buying a Mustang, because you've got the engine, you've got the sound, but it's got no bite. Well, I suppose, you can make the same argument with these super heavyweight bikes. The Hayabusa will be gone soon. ZZR's already gone. Blackbird's gone. Well, Blackbird's been gone for a long time now. But any super heavyweight, any cruiser, what have you, won't be around in the near future. And it's the same thing that's going to happen there, unless they heavily nerf it. Like seriously nerf it. Imagine buying a Hayabusa with 150 horsepower. What's the point? There's literally no point, considering that the second gen produced another bloody 25% horsepower. Just doesn't make any sense. It's stupid, absolutely stupid. But there you go.
The reason I ask you is that Toka Racer,
yes,
has said that motorcycles are exempt from emission regulations in New Zealand. So my straight piped Gixxer 250 is legal.
That's awesome. When we talk about modifying, tampering, straight piping is going to be illegal. I mean, at the moment, I'm sure in the UK, decatting a motorcycle is legal still. They don't test it on an MOT. If you did that on a car, if you straight piped a car, it's illegal. But if you straight piped a motorcycle, technically that's still legal in the UK. But I can imagine in the near future, especially with these noise things, that's going to be a thing of the past as well. And when you decat a motorcycle, in theory, you get more performance because it's less restricting the airflow. So I think... Oh, sorry, bud. Sorry, I kind of put my hand towards him at the wrong time there.
Oh my gosh, no.
But yeah, because isn't it just like is it an ECU flash that you need to do if you decat a motorcycle to get more performance out of it? Can't remember. But yeah, it's not. It's quite. Well, I don't know. It's something that a lot of people like to do, and it makes a ton of sense. What are you doing?
He's been a bit fussy this
He
evening.
is, isn't he? Being a baby, being a needy baby, aren't you? Yeah.
You can have him back.
No, he's happy with you. Yeah, so I mean, let's see what you guys think in the chat, because I mean, I don't know. It's like the wifey was saying. If it's one of those things that isn't talked about, then it's just going to go unnoticed, and then all of a sudden we're going to have these rules in place that everyone was like, "Oh crap, where'd that come from?" And it affects us in ways that we might not have realised. But let's have a look here. Dope Star Gaming, they're trying to thin the herd. Good luck. Yeah. I wonder what will happen if I run up to a noise camera and shout at it. That's curious, isn't it?
They're going to get defaced. They're going to get destroyed, aren't they? Because people aren't going to stand for this.
But
Big Brother's watching again.
I just wonder how else we can
mess with them.
Yeah,
that's not the word you wanted to say.
I was going to say F with them, but yeah, mess with them. Like, I don't know, like if you got a bicycle and you stuck a couple of fireworks on it on the back of it or something like that. Actually,
that's something that Dope Style says a bit later down. If your vehicle went through the camera but a loud noise went off nearby, like a firework, would the car or vehicle still get snapped? Yeah, I mean, well, you were saying that these cameras are supposed to detect the sound of an engine rather than anything else, but well, we'll see how reliable that is, shall we? Yeah.
Because it's entirely possible that a loud noise goes off, and all of a sudden, or because these cameras are more than likely only going to work one way. What if you drive past one of these cameras and you're in a normal car, doesn't break the law, but then another car going the opposite direction is the loud one, and you get snapped for it?
Well, if the police are going to investigate the footage and they see that you're in some Fiat Panda.
Hey, some Fiat Pandas can be pretty loud.
I'm sure they'll come round and have a look at it and be like, maybe
well, they might have to confirm, if you kind of appeal, they might have to confirm that the vehicle produces the sound that it was picked up.
When you register your car or you do road tax, don't you have to say whether it's been modified in any way? So they might cross-check DVLA.
I can't remember.
I know you do for your insurance.
You do for your insurance, but I'm not sure about V5C. I don't know. Not sure. Call on. Don't ride the ZZR in New York. They have sound cameras, and it's a $1,000 fine each ticket. Jesus. So
wow.
So it is in the United States as well. And there was me thinking that the United States would be a bit easier on these kinds of things.
Is it points or just fines?
At the moment, it sounds like just fines, but that would be a real piss take if they started adding points onto your license as well for that.
Yeah.
See, they're going to start calling this like just as bad as speeding. So, for God's sake, shut the hell up. What are these people on about? That's what they'll call it. That's what these newspapers and stuff. That's what they'll start branding it. These people that are like anti-bloody everything car, motorcycle, engine related. That's what they're going to treat it like. They're going to use it as an excuse to have more regulation and more this and more that. It's like, go away. Dope Star Gaming, to be honest, how they can tell the difference between noise from any specific vehicle against things like construction, loud pedestrian events, emergency vehicle sirens, etc. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose that's what you were saying, though, about having to cross-reference things, won't it? They might have to. But I think the point is, though, is that don't take it lying down kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you think there's a chance that actually it wasn't your vehicle that set it off. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dope Star Gaming. You literally mentioned about a firework. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on about that a minute ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Call on. Just Just question, dope. All I can guess is 2 wheels, and they just like to punish riders for riding. That's what it feels like, isn't it? Do you think? It's like we're just participating in the hobby that we enjoy, and we're being punished for it.
We're very soon going to become spectators if this carries on the way it is.
I don't know about you guys, but not all of us are people that just rag their bikes everywhere. We're not stupid on our bikes everywhere. Our bikes aren't incredibly loud. We're not going really fast everywhere. But we're being treated like as if we are. That we're all the same kind of people.
We're being treated like criminals almost.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
Yeah.
Lawbreakers.
It's just, come on, man. Have a heart. Have a brain. You know?
This just feeds in to the stereotype yet again.
Stereotypes. Greg, what's the world come to? A noise camera. Who even thinks of these things?
Morons.
People that want to make more money.
Low lives.
Isn't it? A lot of us already think that speed cameras are a cash cow. Well, there's going to be another one, isn't it?
Politicians. Nothing better to do.
Oh, how can we make more money? How can we take more money off normal people?
Maybe we should try and have one prime minister for more than a month and a half. And that's our priority right now.
The prime ministers aren't getting involved in these sorts of things.
No, I know, but that's where their focus should be on, like, you know, stabilising the country before they start doing other stupid things.
Yeah, but if it's stabilising 75% of the population and antagonising the remaining 25%, then they're not going to care.
But
if it means it makes them more money.
But no one's ever 100% happy. I was talking to you about Bake Off, wasn't I? People aren't even happy about Bloom Bake Off anymore. It's a bloody baking show.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. But, I mean, those people are complaining about something that they don't need to complain about. We're complaining about something legitimate. This is our lifestyle. This is part of our lives. This isn't something that we can just kick to the curb and be happy with it.
And not being funny, for some people, it's their livelihood.
Yeah.
Having their bike.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely, without a doubt. Don't stop gaming. Oh well, if I still had a bike, I'd definitely get fines as soon as it turns on. Oh dear. Well, yeah, it was that story that we spoke about recently, wasn't it? About that guy that murdered a guy's father for the sound of the bike. Oh my god! Seriously? All he did was start it up in his garage and revved it up a little bit. Ridiculous. There you go. What else we got here? Tire noise is actually really loud as well. Yeah. Dear, oh dear. Dave, good to see you, mate. All you young people can reverse these laws by voting and running for your local political district. You have the power, take it. It's just old people who are doing this. I don't know. I don't know if that's true, to be honest. I think especially with a lot of the... because it's a lot of younger people, isn't it, that are worried about the environment and things like that. So a lot of them are voting for Green Party and people like that.
What's the name? Greta Thunberg or something?
Yeah. I mean, she's an extremist. I'm sorry. She might be trying to stand up for the right things, but she's an extremist. And we don't need that. We don't need extremism to sort out things like this. Definitely not.
I've got a name. I was going to call her Gretna Green. I was like, that's not a name. That's a place.
Yeah, Greta Thunberg, or whatever her name is. Yeah.
Gretna didn't have enough attention from her parents, Thunberg. Yeah. I'm not against the government. The environment is what I meant, not the government. I'm not against the environment.
I'm against the environment.
But I just feel as though there's a way that things can be done. And David Attenborough does that the right way.
Yeah, but
Greta is too much.
See, no, I disagree. If you spoke to someone like David Attenborough about what we're talking about, he would probably be of the same opinion as Greta.
I don't know.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because again, he's a climate change guy. He's a, again, I mean, a lot of people that have this opinion are extremists. As much as we like, what's his name? David Attenborough. I mean, certain things that he would probably want to do would be more on the extreme side. It would affect our hobbies again, without a doubt. Toka Racer, yeah, motorcycles are exempt from emission regulations here in New Zealand, so my straight pipe Gixxer 250 is legal. Yeah, we'll see how long that stays. Yeah, that's true. Dubstar Gaming, with all these regulations, it explains the fairly underwhelming 2023 lineup of new motorcycles. To me personally, there was very few bikes that had any type of wow factor other than a few MV Augustas. It's true. It's true. And you can only imagine, isn't it, when it starts becoming electric as well, everything's going to start almost looking very similar. You know? Who knows? Call on, yeah, I'm a rider, and I hope to die before all the E5 or E6 stuff hits here in the United States. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Come to New Jersey, Goblins. I'd enjoy riding with you. Yeah, we would as well, without a doubt. I mean, that's one thing I do want to do at some point in my life is travel to America and do a motorcycle ride in America. Just, I want a famous route or something around the Grand Canyon. I don't know, just somewhere in the United States for sure. I think that'd be such an incredible experience. Yeah, I'd absolutely love to do that, without a doubt. But I mean, we want to do that when we go to Japan, don't we, as well?
Yes, we do.
I want to hire a motorcycle in Japan, and
whenever we get there.
Whenever we get there, yeah. It's supposed to be our honeymoon. We've been married now for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Been married for a year and a half. We haven't been able to go on our honeymoon. Mainly because of the pandemic stuff.
Yeah, that's 100% the reason.
Yeah.
When you're towards the bottom, Mark has made a very, very good point.
Is that whereabouts, sorry?
Just a second from the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
What if I gave my bike to someone and they broke the speed limit for the sound limit for the camera? How do you prove it wasn't you riding? A car is different. They'll probably just turn around and say you're the registered rider or the registered owner. Therefore, it's your responsibility.
Yeah, because you're the one that'll be maintaining the bike. And you're the one that's supposed to make sure that it's within spec or within regulation or what have you. So that's how they'll spin it.
So then it won't matter if it was.
It is. I mean, it is true though that obviously the louder you rev an engine, the more you rev an engine, the louder it's going to get. So if you do let your mate borrow your bike or something, and he revs the shit out of it,
an idiot.
Then there you go. That's probably that could be. I don't know. Again, it's another question mark though, isn't it? Like, how would they deal with that kind of thing?
But knowing,
it's a stupid idea to begin with. Let's be honest.
They're going to do something really unfair, like put a sound camera just after a tunnel where you're naturally going to be revving in the tunnel because it's fun.
Oh, that would be mean.
But they'd do it, wouldn't they?
Oh, well, they absolutely would, because they know that's going to be a hot spot. But then again, though, I mean, usually there aren't people living around tunnels.
No, but
that's the only thing.
The amount of times I've revved my little peony bike in there, and then you've come and like revved yours, and we've found it funny, and the cars behind us have found it really, really funny. We won't be able to do that anymore.
It's just a little rail bridge, isn't it? Though that creates an echo.
But
really there are loads of houses that live around there, so I bet you there'll be one there.
Yeah,
there'll be one there without a doubt. just on the other side of bridges or something like that creates echoes.
But we don't do it in like a vindictive and malicious way. We do it because it's so funny, and it always makes everyone else around us smile.
It's just a laugh. It's not anything serious. Come on.
Do you remember when I did it and there was a girl walking past and she didn't think anything of it? They knew it and she jumped out of her skin. It was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
She was like, what was that?
Call on. Sorry, go on. I was just going to say, call on. Too many Karens running the show these days, trying to kill the world of fun until it's removed from all the dictionaries. I'll try to remove the word fun until it's removed from all dictionaries.
We'll never be saying it anymore, so the word will die out, won't it? Another point.
It's so sad, but it's true.
Especially around here, where you have the police helicopters or the ambulance helicopters. What if one is taking off near one of those sound cameras?
Well, I mean, yes, but also as well that you can't escape noise pollution.
No.
There's nowhere in the world where you can live that you're going to totally escape noise pollution unless you are literally somewhere in the middle of the Canadian wilderness or in the outback in Australia. You're never ever going to be able to escape it. There are going to be planes that you're going to hear. There are going to be cars, lorries, buses,
people,
helicopters, people. There are going to be all sorts of things that could create this so-called noise pollution. And I'll tell you what, though, actually, this really annoys me, right? So it's my mum and dad's next door neighbours, not the angry ones, the ones on the opposite side.
Yeah.
So our dog, he's a bit of a barky
Which
dog.
you've probably gathered.
I don't know. He gets kind of.
He has small dog syndrome.
Well, kind of, but there's a lot of things that set him off, and it doesn't take much to set him off. It could be a noise, it could be something he sees, it could be something that will set him off. And we love taking him down to our mums and dads because they love him, and it's good for him. It gets him out of the house and stuff like that. It gets him in a different environment, see new things. But there was one time where he went out into the garden and we weren't there, were we? It was my dad that told us about this, wasn't it? I think he was in the garden, and the next door neighbour the dog started barking, and it's not a loud bark. Let's be honest.
No,
it's only a little. He's only a little dog. He doesn't have a really loud bark. But this next door neighbour was just shouted, "Shut up!" Didn't even look over the fence. Just shouted, "Shut up!" And it's like, come on, it's a dog. You know, it's not like he's there every single day. If he's lucky if he's there once a week. You know?
The dog next door to us barks every single day from 7 a.m. I've never shouted over at the dog.
And again, that's a little dog as well. But I just don't understand how some people can be so, like, angry towards just loud noises that they hear once in a blue moon. It's not something that's going to ruin your life, is it? For God's sake, come on. Be reasonable, but like you're saying though, I mean these are these people that are creating these so-called noise bloody cameras. It's these people that can't stand just someone shouting someone's name, for God's sake, from one side of the road to the other. Just can't stand you starting up your car. Can't stand the odd helicopter flying overhead. Can't stand the sirens of emergency vehicles going past their house. For God's sake, man. Who gives these people a bloody voice? It's beyond me.
It does make me wonder things like...
Again, they're extremists. Again, the definition of extremist. Sorry.
So when I was younger, my dad and I did Caterham to Oxford, I think, in his Caterham. And there were like 150 Caterhams. And I was reading, and I don't know how I did this, but I did. I misread the instruction, so we had to stop, and literally 100 plus Caterhams went rolling past us. What if you had like a convoy of bikes or cars, because they are deafening all at once, going past one of these things? I just hope the thing explodes, because it can't deal with it. But that's another thing that's going to be cold all of a sudden, isn't it? It's like when you have the London to Brighton mini race. And minis can be quite loud, those old John Cooper ones, can't they?
Yeah, definitely.
That is just going to kill that off as well, because people are going to start getting fined for taking part in a social thing.
The one thing that all these people need to remember is loud pipes save lives. It's a famous phrase for a saying.
For a reason. Yeah.
What did I say?
A famous phrase for a saying.
You guys know what I meant. But it's true. It's true. It's a famous saying, and
yeah, it's there.
If you can hear a motorcycle, you're more visible.
Yeah.
And people know the sound of a motorcycle.
Yeah, you can't get it confused with the sound of I don't know.
Exactly.
Car horn.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the sound of a motorcycle, and so that's why it helps. And this could potentially make riders' lives more at risk because they're not able to have the pipes as loud as maybe they want to be. And look, I've said this before. There's a limit, okay? There's a balance. There's a fair balance between having a loud enough motorcycle that it's noticeable by drivers and a point where it's too much. There definitely is. But at the same time, we'll just have to wait and see what these so-called noise cameras end up doing. But I mean, we're talking about noise cameras again.
I think the thing is, we're just going to constantly fall into that.
It's just an integral part to this story. But yeah. Anyway, we'll leave our main kind of sentiment towards these noise cameras for another video. But
yeah, and we'll really go to town on it then.
Yeah. But just for the time being, I mean, we need to make these issues more aware and just try and gather support. Because the thing is, I mean, we as a community are quite small anyway from the outset, so it's going to be harder to make our voices heard. And if you want to make sure that we can protect the hobby that we enjoy, then we got to speak louder.
Yep.
Anyway. That'll do for today's show, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you've taken something away from it, or at least kind of got you thinking about the future of motorcycles and how we can help.
Start. The noise can be after you.
How we can help keep it as we want it, rather than being dictated to by politicians that don't know what they're talking about. They don't ride themselves, and they're just in it for their own reasons or what have you. They don't care about the community that they're affecting. So, but anyway, yeah, let's try and keep this pressure up, because articles like this are helping, videos like this are going to help, and if we can get this discussion going, then yeah, hopefully it'll go a long way. But yeah, I think it's time for some dinner. Thank you ever so much for watching again. As always, we absolutely love all the comments and all of the contributions you guys have in the chat. It's absolutely awesome. So thank you ever so much for that. And yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the same without you guys here. So
yeah, hope everything goes all right.
Yeah, dope. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
let us know.
Hopefully by this time next week you would have gone through your op and everything will be hunky dory.
And hopefully your eye doesn't need anything done to it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we send you all the best with that and hope it all goes okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're here for you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, thank you ever so much again for watching. We'll catch you all next week with our live show again. But yeah, tomorrow's video is going to be same as always, 12 o'clock. And there's going to be some interesting bits in that one. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. But if not, I hope you all have a good weekend, and we will catch you all next week.
Ride safe.
Ride safe. Take care, everyone.
Bye. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
Call on. Some will say scientific evidence that loud pipes don't save lives. I say it couldn't hurt my chances. Absolutely. Without a bloody doubt. I mean, it's true. People respond more to sound than they do to anything else. A lot of the time. Sound and smells.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Well, I'm going to hear something 9 times out of 10 before I'm going to see it.
Before you see it, because your hearing is all around. It's 360.
Yeah,
you can hear something behind you. You can't see it.
As soon as I hear a bike, I'm like, right, mirrors, is it behind me?
Well, as soon as I hear anything, anything that I'm not expecting, or anything that is...
It's like sirens.
Yeah,
as soon as you hear sirens,
exactly.
You're like, do I need to move over? Is it coming this way?
Exactly. Mark, police horses passes, farts, fined.
I hope that happens. That's such a good comment.
That is funny. I'm shocked about New York, though. That's mad.
That is mad.
Everything that Call On's saying about New York.
Yeah.
Damn.